Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks and more importantly, Damian Lillard, and the fact that, in my opinion, from what I've seen, he does not want to be in Milwaukee, and the big question that everybody's wondering is, should he want out and should he be demanding a trade out of Milwaukee? Obviously, you all saw that they lost the Milwaukee Bucks. They lost in the playoff series to the Indiana Pacers 4-2. And in that series, Damian Lillard, he was kind of up and down. He was injured a little bit in the series. The big reason they lost that playoff series was because Giannis Antetokounmpo was injured the entire time. Everybody in Milwaukee thought, okay, Damian Lillard being traded from Portland to Milwaukee, this was going to be big news, that he could be that secondary piece to help us possibly get over the hump. Maybe we can get back to the NBA Finals. And on paper, it looks good. But a lot of things people don't look at is behind the scenes stuff. The fact that these guys are not just the robots that just go out there and play basketball. They have real lives, and there's a little bit of drama behind the scenes that we need to talk about with Damian Lillard. So without further ado, I'm gonna stop rambling and we're gonna straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, real quick, before I go any further, I want to let you guys know all the info you're going to be seeing on screen, or the links are going to be down in the description below. So if you want to go check out any of the stuff for yourself, feel free. But first up, like I said, when it comes to behind the scenes stuff, something that was kind of put out a couple months ago, Damian Lillard, he's actually going through a divorce. It says here it's a little bit messy divorce. From what I've heard is that he's still kind of like in contact with his kids. He's got 3 kids. He's still in contact with them. I think kind of the way it was going was whenever he was over there with Portland. I don't really know the details, but everything's kind of in here. Kind of just, like I said, it was very messy. I'm guessing him and his wife are just not getting along or something. I'm not going to go too much into it. But one of the things I do need everybody to kind of understand is, like I said, these guys are not robots. These are human people. And as it says here, Lillard went on to describe the combination of getting divorced and leaving Portland as the hardest period of his life. And it says here, this certainly isn't surprising, especially considering Kayla, his former wife, requested sole custody of the couple's 3 children. Now, as we know, like I said, he was traded to Milwaukee. He was traded from Portland to Milwaukee. Everybody thought he was going to stay with Portland the rest of his career. He ended up getting traded to Milwaukee. Like I said, on paper, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, it looked like a great spot to be. But then here lately, like I said, with Giannis being hurt, and I think the fact of where he wanted to go, everybody knew, as it says here, everybody kind of knew he wanted to go to Miami. He wanted to go to the Heat, be with Miami Heat. I think the Miami Heat tried to trade for him. They couldn't get the deal to go through. And like I said, playing with Milwaukee, playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo, it was a very promising spot. It looked like it could work. But I still think he wanted, think about it. Would you rather live in Milwaukee or live in Miami? Live in Miami? Now, when it comes to Damian Lillard, like it says, does he want to be in Milwaukee? I don't think so. I think he wants to get out. I think he doesn't want to be there. If they would have played really well, if like him and Giannis would have been really good, everything would have went well, he might have found some happiness. But I think now with the fact that them losing the first round, they're already done. It's his, like, the negativity, I guess you could say, around his life, the just not positive vibes, everything is just crumbling around him, and he's just not happy. One of the things that was kind of said from Damian Lillard, I forget where it was, if it was like a reporter talking to him or an interview, but it basically said his whole life when it comes to him being in Milwaukee is he's got an apartment there, and all his life is he plays basketball, he goes home, he sits down, and he does kind of nothing. With the divorce happening, he doesn't really have access to his kids. I have read saying that he is going to have, like, I guess, maybe visitation rights with his kids. So if that's true, that is a good sign. If it's not true, somebody let me know in the comments, like, what's going on with that. But as I said, with him, his preferred destination, everybody, like I said, everybody wanted him to go to Miami. Him, and the way with the Miami Heat, the trade deal could have worked. I think they could have kept Jimmy Butler. I think they could have kept Tyler Hero. With the Miami Heat, they might have to give up a bunch of other pieces. Maybe they have to give up Caleb Martin. Maybe they have to give up like a Duncan Robinson. They're going to have to go down the roster. I don't know if they would have to give up Bam Adebayo, but they would have to kind of go down into like your Duncan Robinson, like I said, your Caleb Martin. You would have to go a little bit into your bench and give up some pretty good pieces. Hell, maybe you have to give up Tyler Hero because you're going to have to match like the salary with Damian Lillard in a way. Real quick, let's talk about Damian Lillard if he was to go to Miami. You all remember that Miami Heat team from this past season and even the past couple seasons, them always being in the final, or well, at least getting pretty damn close to the finals almost every single year, and if they weren't close, they were in it. And let's look at the team that last year. They were up and down through the regular season, but the playoffs is where they really kick it off. Now imagine the team with Damian Lillard. They would have a better record in the regular season, probably not being anywhere from like a 9, 8, maybe 7 seed. They would probably be like a 6, 5, 4, 3 seed. I'm pretty sure we've all seen Damian Lillard play in the playoffs. He can erupt at any point. Now imagine Damian Lillard and Jimmy Butler side by side in the playoffs. That team would be just like, you couldn't stop it. And look at the bright side of a couple of things that would kind of come out of that. Number 1, Damian Lillard would be happier. Number 2, with him being happier, I'm pretty sure his family, maybe even with the divorce still going through, I think it's still going to go through no matter what. they would probably enjoy visiting Miami a little bit more. He would have a better lifestyle down there in Miami, even if he's not with his wife anymore. I think he would like living in Miami a hell of a lot more than he would like living in Milwaukee. And when it comes to the basketball side of things, I think Milwaukee, they do enjoy having Damian Lillard, but they didn't really need him that much. Like, we saw the Milwaukee Bucks win NBA Finals without Damian Lillard. I think they'll be good without him. But to ultimately kind of wrap it up, here's my final points with everything. As I said, Milwaukee, I think they would be wise to trade Damian Lillard. I think they'd be wise to do it because, number one, you would get a lot of assets back from it. You probably get a lot of draft picks from Miami. And as long as Giannis is healthy next season, you guys are still going to be good to go for the playoffs and possibly going after a title run. When it comes to Miami, you'd be getting a solid all-star, all-NBA, future Hall of Famer on your roster who's still got a lot left in the tank and can help you propel yourself back to an NBA Finals possibly. And number three, Damian Lillard, he'd be happier. He'd be more comfortable with his life. Like I said, he wouldn't be pretty much depressed. That's the way he is right now. He's depressed. He doesn't like his life. With the divorce, being in Milwaukee, I think everything is just hitting him too hard. He would love to be in Miami. Milwaukee, take notes. He would love to be there. Now, last thing I do realize, it possibly won't happen because they're going to be trading within the Eastern Conference. They probably don't want to do that. They want to trade him over to the Western Conference. Kind of a reason why Portland traded him over to Milwaukee. But in this moment, make an exception. Make him happy. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully, you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you think Damian Lillard should be traded to Miami or not to Miami? What's your opinion on the whole, like I said, divorce thing? If you have info on that I did not talk about and you kind of have info that I need to know, go ahead and leave your complete opinion. And like I said, any info you have down in the comment section down below, be more welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell, be notified second to post. But without further ado, this has been Damian Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.